Hi Cancer, my name is Audrey Alison, and this is your December 2014 forecast for the month. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for joining me. At the top of the month, on the 4th, Mars is actually going to make his transit out of Capricorn and into Aquarius, where your 8th house resides. So this is Mars, the planet of energy, passion, ambition, drive, will, determination, aggravation, and a little bit of anger, going into the 8th house, the area where you have property, taxes, inheritances, intimacy, sex, death. The 8th house is a real intense house. It's governed by Pluto and Scorpio. So you have stimulation in the property sector. A lot of you Cancerians might be antsy to either move or have a lot of energy on the property or in the area of perhaps your intimacy, passion, sex. Mars in the house of sex is really expelling a lot of energy in just that, in sexual activity. So Mars is actually transiting every 60 days or so. So he'll be with you in the sector for at least 2 months. So you'll probably see a lot of heated passion kick up in this 8th house. The worst possible scenario with Mars in the 8th is stimulating, the loss of someone, or, someone's initiating getting their will together. Mars in the 8th could be you aligning up your inheritances or paperwork for that. On the 6th of December, we have our full moon at 14 degrees Gemini. So this is your 12th house, Cancer, the sign right before you. Very quiet, private, psychic sector for you. Having a full moon, which is bringing something to an ending or illuminating something that could not be seen, something that was hidden, in the 12th house. I love a full moon in the 12th because it actually increases your psychic ability and your awareness, your conscious awareness. So pay attention to dreams around the 5th, 6th, and 7th, because the full moon isn't just one day. It's actually, a 28-day lunar period where the moon is cycling from waxing to waning. Okay, so the full moon in the 12th is triggering deep thoughts, intuitive feelings. It's making you go inward a little bit, which is okay at the top of the month because the second half is where you'll be celebrating with all the holidays, the festivities. So you might be a little reserved and internal the first 2 weeks or the first 10 days. On the 8th, Jupiter, who's been stationed in Leo in your second house of finances, which has probably been working out pretty well for you, Cancerians, he's going to retrograde at 22 degrees Leo. But I'm not mad at this because a Jupiter retrograde isn't like a Mercury retrograde where it's haywire and, all the miscommunications. Jupiter's actually still expansive and growing and expanding this house, but just at a little bit of it's like a time release capsule is how I've been describing it. Like a slow release of beautiful benevolent growth and expansion in your finance sector. So it's not coming in big chunks and big windfalls, which Jupiter could do as well. When he's retrograde, it's like a slow, dispersed time capsule of good treats, of magic, because Jupiter's our largest planet. He's magnificent. On the 10th, Venus is making her transit out of Sagittarius into Capricorn. And from the 10th on, this is where it's all about your 7th house of relationships, your marriages, your committed relationship, your business partnerships, and your relationships in general, but not friendships, some things that you'd consider deeper than just the friendship. Venus is the planet of love. So to have the planet of love into the 7th house of soulmates, this is good news. For those of you looking for connection, this is prime for you, Cancerian. And you want to take note from the 10th on because there's some very special days because Capricorn is hit all throughout this month of December. On the 15th and 16th, we have our Uranus-Pluto square that is triggered again, as it will be again in March. But this is at exact 12 degrees, and it's pitting your 10th house of career against this 7th house. Oh, okay, so this might apply more to the business aspect for Cancers. The 10th house of career, feeling stress and tension with the relationships in the work sector. For those of you reporting to work, watch what's going on around you. The tensions will be a little frustrating those days, so you might want to circle them on the calendar. It seems as though the 10th house is also recognition and status, promotion. Okay, I'm hearing some things, which is not rare. But listen to this. This is what I just heard. If you're expecting your promotion, you could hear something negative or tense on the 15th or 16th, but it's not how things are actually going to be. So this could apply to bonuses, gossip, word of mouth in the business office or sector where your company is or where your job is. There could be gossip and a deterrence or a tension around whether or not money's coming in or you're getting that promotion. But it's just an energy. It's not the final outcome. So I would roll with it. I wouldn't react. That's the key. Don't react to things you hear on the 15th and 16th of December. Wait it out. Because on the 16th, Mercury is also going into this house, this 7th house. You could be getting information. Mercury is news, communication, info, writing, speech, all things Mercury, technologies, smaller technologies. Something's coming in. You're receiving information, and it might not be exactly what you want to hear, but it turns out being actually worth it at the end of the month because the sun enters this 7th house on the 21st, as well as we have our new moon at 0 degrees Capricorn on the 21st. Now, if you remember back to some of the other forecasts, these new moons have been happening at the 0 degree mark, and they don't always have to do that. So there is an initiation of something very new in the 7th house. For those of you looking to start a relationship, this is the time that it's going to happen. There's no better time the entire year than the 21st, around that time of the full moon meeting the new moon conjunct in your 7th house of soulmates, marriage. For those of you already married, you are initiating something very new in your relationship. Maybe it's the intimacy. Maybe it's the connection between the two of you. But there's a new way you're handling your partnership. And I feel with this new moon, I've been intuitively feeling this is what's going to stick. This time it sticks. And it almost feels like for those of you Cancerians who've been juggling relationships, this is do or die time. This is do or die moment. You're either going to implement this new way of handling your relationship, and if this doesn't work, then it's done. You're like, I'm calling it quits. It seems like it's very detrimental, but in a really good way, because it's either time to move forward in the relationship or it's time to make a break, is how I'm feeling for this forecast. Now, on the 23rd, the big news is Saturn's transit out of Scorpio on the 23rd of December into Sagittarius, where he'll stay for 2.5 years. It takes Saturn 27 years, 27 to 30 years to go around the astrological wheel. So he spends 2.5 years in each sign. And Saturn is the planet of restructuring and restriction and control and realignment, reshaping. He's entering your 6th house of health and daily routine and workout regimens for 2.5 years. I actually love Saturn in the 6th house because he's able to really do what he loves to do, which is regiment you. And the 6th house is this routine house and how you're spending the structure of your days. Something that would impede your health, Saturn is the planet to quit things, to release them. Saturn wants you to gain control over what it is you are putting into your body, food, anything. So you could lose weight with Saturn in the 6th. Very restrictive of the diet. 6th house is a diet and health regimen. So for those of you really looking, this next 2.5 years, it is on, Cancer. You could really go through a transformation of your health and your physical self. Let me get to the cards because I'm very anxious. I've been shuffling a lot, and I really love reading. So let me just see what the cards have to say for Cancer for December. And as usual, if you'd like a reading with me, you can reach me at audreyallison.com. First card, Ace of Swords, the initiation of something new, the new moon. Ten of Swords, not my favorite card, but it is falling in the past position. Rejection, loss, heartache in the past. Something not working out as you had planned. The Six of Cups, this is the card of Cancer, the nurturer. Do you see how she's watering the pots, giving back to the earth? This is the Cancerian card of nurturing and getting back what you put out to others. Ah, my favorite card. This came up in the Gemini reading or the Taurus reading. Six of Swords, going with the flow, a higher power, letting that beautiful cloud blow you across the water on the boat, being guided, heeding your intuition. I also have 2 more cards that I pulled that flew out. Ooh, wow. This is trippy because these 2 cards were exactly in the last reading or the reading before together. So they're coming up a lot. They have a message. And this is the card of Strength that rules Leo. And this is the card of Temperance that rules Sagittarius in the Tarot. Patience, balance, beauty, and timing. Venus, also Saturn entering the 6th house of restructure. And strength, meaning literal strength, but it's also reserves. I'm hearing that. Whoa, I'm hearing a few things. Let me just say a few things. Some of you Cancerians need to quit something and give up an addiction or give up a pattern. It doesn't have to be addicted to a vice. It could be a pattern that you are subconsciously doing that needs to be handled. And through the release of this, you gain this strength. Now, this is the new moon, okay? And the Ace of Wands, the aces in the Tarot are initiating something new because they start the sector that they are in. The Ace of Swords initiates the numbering of all the swords cards. Now you've let go. You've been hurt in the past. I mean, we all have, but for Cancers, this is your sensitivity. You feel things tenfold, 10 times. So 1 sword could feel like 10. 1 sword could feel like 10. You're also very psychic and intuitive, but empathic. The word empathy comes from being empathic is feeling what others are feeling and taking that on as if it's your own feeling. So it's hard for you to decipher what is naturally your feeling versus that of another. So you might be in December absorbing, especially around the holidays. I find this too, around a dinner table with a lot of people. I don't even know what my own thoughts are. And then I'm hearing a whole bunch of shit on top of it. So it can be fun. But what you're feeling is, other people's energy, Cancer, more so, and I mean this specifically for you, because Cancer is the most empathic of signs. The nurturer takes on what they get from other people. But then it's all about you learning to release that and to go with what is naturally given to you, to trust the instinct and to heed the information that you get through dreams and the when the mind slows down and you're able to calm down, that's when quiet thought can enter. Thanks so much, Cancer. I hope you have a beautiful holiday and a sweet day. My name is Audrey Alison, and I'll see you next month. Bye.